Hello everybody, this is Brian with ZimCo Survival and I am back. This time I'm doing an update review for you guys on the Survival Filter Pro. Now, this was the first video that I ever made and I think it stinks, so I'm going to redo the video. I'm going to go ahead and talk with you guys a little bit about this. Then we'll go to the tabletop and I will show you guys in detail how this works. And we actually have some water that I took from a really nasty pond that I'm going to show you guys how to put the filter together, how to take the filter apart, how well it filters the water. I'm also going to go ahead and show you guys how to back flush it. And I'm going to be filling up a 3-liter water bladder so that you guys will know how long it takes to fill up your hydration packs if you actually use them using the Survival Filter Pro. So there's a lot going on in this video, so go ahead and stay tuned. I will see you guys in just a minute at the tabletop. Be right back. Alright, and we're back. Now, the Survival Filter that I have is the original. They came out with a brand new one about 6 months ago. It's called the Survival Filter Pro LE, which comes with the actual upgrade kit, which you had to buy separately with the original Survival Filter. There are only really two differences between them. And that is, again, this one comes with the upgraded pre-filter and the actual carbon filter, which I'll show you later on in the video. Actually, in the original, it screws on, and in the new one, it kind of locks on. That's the only difference between the two. But right here, you have the actual filter itself. Now, this particular filter comes with a cup, basically, which I'll go ahead see if I can take off. It fits on there very, very snugly. There we go. Alright, so this is your cup. I believe it is 16 ounces, but I'm not quite sure. Now this is the filter itself. You of course have a, come on. There we go. You have your pump right here, which you use to pull water through the system. This knob right here, that is your inlet valve. So this is where the inlet portion of your filter goes, the piping. This is your outlet portion right here. So let me go ahead and hook it up for you guys so that you guys can see. I'll be right back. Alright, and we're back. Now, I went ahead and I have some really nasty looking water over here in this orange pail. I'll show you guys a clip of that here in just a second. But first let me talk to you a little bit about the filter. This particular filter, this is what you're going to get. This is the pre-filter. This is what you're going to get with the LE version when you buy it. I actually had to purchase this separately because mine is the older version. It has a float right here. Now this particular filter does down to 0.1 microns, which means it will filter out most viruses, but not all of them, before it even hits the primary filter over there. It has a nice thick hose, and of course a floater right here so you can adjust the depth. Now the one problem I found with this filter is this tends to float, so I tend to weigh it down because otherwise it just kind of floats right up on the surface with the water sitting right about here, and sometimes it'll suck up air. So that's just something to note with this particular pre-filter. It's because it is made out of plastic, and an interior here, it has a fiber membrane filter, but it does tend to float. Now this can be backwashed if you want to get it up to the 100,000 liter mark. I tend to backwash mine every 5 or 6 gallons just to make sure it's nice and clean. So let me go ahead and put that back in here, back in our little cesspool. The internal, or the out filter, which connects right up here, the out hose, if you will, comes with this nice little clip. So let me go ahead and show you that. You just clip it onto your cup or your whatever it happens to be, stick the hose down in there, and it will hold the hose inside of your container so that you're not chasing the hose everywhere while you're trying to pump it. So let me put something up against this because this particular top has a tendency of falling over. So let me go ahead and pump it up. Now you are going to have to pump out the air if you haven't used it in a while. And if this is your first time using it, it's not for me, but if it is for you, you're going to want to pump about 32 ounces through this, about 4 cups, just to make sure you get out any chemicals that might have been used for storage, and clean it out before you actually drink out of it. So here we go. Let's go ahead and fill this up. Now this particular filter is meant more so for multiple people. I'd say it's good for probably 4 or 5 if you're going out on an extended camping trip. So this is not the kind of filter that you're going to carry in a survival kit. It's more of a camping / base camp style filter so that you can actually filter water into containers for large numbers of people. But here we go. Let's take this out. And that's the water. Nice and clear. And once you guys see the picture of the water that it came out of, you guys will understand why I'm so impressed with that. Alright, so let's go ahead and drink some of it. Tastes exactly like tap water. Very, very good. Now, one thing to note with this filter is that this portion here, while it doesn't weigh a whole lot, it weighs about 14 ounces. It isn't particularly small. It's about 6 inches long by probably 3 inches widthwise this way and probably about 2 inches this way. So, like I said, this isn't something that's going to be put into your standard little survival kit like one of those straws would. This is definitely something that I would take with me if I was camping, but not something that I would put into a bug out bag or something like that. Let me be right back, and I will go ahead and show you guys that picture right now, and then we will go through how to disassemble this filter, and then I'll show you guys how to backwash it. And we're back. Pretty nasty looking water, isn't it? Now, let me go ahead and show you guys how to take this apart. So let me take this out of my little bucket here. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do is you're just going to unplug the 2 hoses from the inlet and outlet portions. Alright, and this is what you're left with. Now, if you want to change out the filter, the primary filter, which is this one right here, is not particularly difficult. Let me dump out the water that's in there. Alright, now, like I said before at the beginning of the video, I have the older version, so my carbon filter actually screws onto the bottom. But if you have the new version, it just locks in like this. So it's much easier to use. I would probably prefer the newer version, but like I said, I have the old one. Alright, this is your primary filter. This one filters down to 0.01 microns, which basically filters out pretty much every virus that is going to have a detrimental effect. 99.95% of viruses. So I feel really confident drinking out of this, any water that this filter produces, simply because I've done it quite a bit out of some pretty nasty water and I've never had an issue. So I swear by this filter, and I highly recommend that you guys buy one as well, especially if you're going on camping trips. So replacing these filters are very, very easy, but I'll go ahead and show you how to put it back if you want to replace it a little bit later. We'll go ahead and set that right over there. What you're left with is the primary housing right here and the pump. So the pump is kind of hard to get off, so it might take me a little bit here. There we go. Alright, so basically all you do is you unscrew this little piece right there, pull it out, and once you do that, this piece here comes off. This is just for decoration. It's not actually necessary for the operation of the filter. So if this cracks, you can always throw this away and just use this. But personally, I'd keep this on unless you're really looking at just taking an ounce off the weight of the filter, which I don't think is necessary. So there's the actual internals of the filter. there's the outer housing. Now I want to show you guys this really quick. Yes, the outer sheath here is plastic. However, they state that there is a metal bar that runs down the center of this to reinforce it. Now, like I said, I've used this quite a bit. I put quite a lot of pressure on it and it's never bent on me. As you guys can see, it's still nice and straight. So I'm inclined to believe that there is a metal bar, but I've never actually seen it because it's all encoded in plastic. But this is what I wanted to actually show you guys right here. It has two really nice O-rings right there. If you want to, of course, because they're O-rings, you're actually going to have to put some silicone oil on there every now and then to keep them from drying out. But so far I haven't had any issues with them. They work really well. I haven't had any leaking or pressure loss. So I really like the way they set that up. Again, it's pretty hard to find a cheaper filter that actually has the kind of quality build to it that this one does. So I'm pretty happy with that. So let me go ahead and show you guys how to reassemble it, and then I'll show you guys how to backwash it. So basically, to reassemble it, you're going to take the outer housing and slide it back on top of the primary core here. You're going to take this. Now those rubber rings are pretty tight, so you had to put some pressure to get them back on, or to get them back in. But then you just take and you screw that back down. Alright, just like that. Then you take your carbon filter, and like mine, you screw it back in. Or if you have one of the new ones, you just lock it back on, slide that back down in there, and screw that back down, if it will screw down. There we go. Rotate the little nozzle so it sticks out the end there. And it's back together. It's really that simple. So let me go ahead and show you guys how to backwash this, just to make things a bit easier for you. Now, this right here is the actual pre-filter, like I said before. So all you're going to do is you're going to connect it onto your outlet nozzle right there, and then you're going to collect your inlet hose, or your outlet hose, onto the inlet nozzle right there. Take it and put it into some clean water, which I have right over here. There it is. Now, it doesn't take a lot of water to actually backwash this. It doesn't take much water at all. Just so you guys know, you can easily backwash this with just about a cup's worth of clean water, so it's not going to take all your fresh water to do it. But basically, you're just going to back pump it so that the water comes out of the filter right here. And like I said, you're going to want to run about a cup's worth through. Now this filter is still fairly clean, so it cleaned out really quick. But that's all there is to it with the backwashing. Now once you're done with this filter, you should take it apart and let it dry so that you don't get any mold or bacteria forming inside of the fiber portion of the filters. Otherwise, you're going to have some problems. It'll fill up with gunk and completely destroy the flow rates. Plus, put you at higher risk of getting infections. So, with that done, I'm going to go ahead and see how long it takes to fill up a 3-liter water container with this filter. Be right back. Alright, and we're back. And right here, I have the 3-liter water container that I'm going to be filling up. This is the Hydropack Seeker 3-liter, as you can see there. I've already done a review on this, so if you want to take a look at it, go ahead and click the link, the video icon at the bottom left your corner of your screen at the end of the video, and that will take you straight to the review of this particular item. I really like this thing, so I recommend you guys go ahead and take a look at that review. Now, I'm not going to show you guys the whole process because that would just take too long. So what I'm going to do is basically just open this up right here. Stick that down inside of the filter here. Clip it onto the outer edge. Just like that. And I will go ahead and fill this thing up. And then I will let you guys know how long it takes. So let's go ahead and start the timer. All right. Sorry. Got to fix this really quick. I was being stupid. Knocking stuff over. This is a really messy review. All right, so we're gonna put that right back in there where it's supposed to be. And we're gonna take this and put this back in here where it's supposed to be. There we go. We're gonna take this, put that right up in back into my bucket. All right. Clip that back inside there. And let's start the timer. And I'll be right back as soon as I have this thing filled up, and I'll let you guys know how long it takes. And we're back. One full 3-liter water container. Let me show you guys how long it took. I was actually kind of surprised. I hadn't filled one up this large before, but there you go. Well, see if you can see it. 6 minutes and 57 seconds. It's not bad when you think about it. For a full liter, that means it takes about a little over 2 minutes per liter, which really isn't a bad number. Overall, I'm really impressed with the filter. I really like it. Like I said, I've used it quite a bit. Not something I use every day, but I still use it. Haven't had it break on me, haven't had any issues with it, haven't gotten sick from drinking any of the water, and I don't pre-treat or boil the water that I use that filter with. I just drink it straight out of the container. So overall, I'm really happy with it. If you guys are looking for a good camping filter or something that you can use for your family, that is definitely something that I would take a look at. Survival Filter does make the standard survival filter, which is a straw version, which would be more of your bug out bag slash, you know, one-man type of filter. That one does down to 0.05 microns, and you can back flush it. So if you're looking for something like that, I would probably go with the Survival Filter Pro for family, or the Survival Filter, which is the straw, for a single person. There you have it. That's my review. I'm going to go ahead and give it a an 8 out of 10. I think that they could probably increase the flow rate just a little bit, and maybe make that whole spindle on the pump metal. I think that would be a good idea. They say it's got a metal core, but I haven't seen it, so I can't say whether it does or doesn't. I'd prefer that they just made that whole thing metal and kind of left the plastic out of it. But there you have it, 8 out of 10. Definitely something that I'd take a look at. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe. Have a good night. Bye-bye.